Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is Kugan Cassius for Eiffel TV in association with Mackin's in Marbella. We're in Texas here, ahead of tonight's huge clash at the AT&T Stadium between Liam Smith and Canelo. With me, I've got Paul Smith Sr. Paul, what a huge stage this is for Liam to announce himself to the American boxing audience. You must be proud. I mean, this is, like I said, this is a big deal for Liam.
Yeah, so proud. I mean, it's like a dream. It's a dream for every young lad who puts gloves on the thing to hit the big stage. Liam's got it now. He's been asking for it, and he's revving. He's very confident.
It's been one of those weeks where obviously the media obligations being pulled left, right, and centre, having to go here, go there, and give various interviews. And like I said, this is what the boys are in the boxing game for occasions like this.
Yeah, big nights, and you know, I think he's dreamt about it since he's been a young baby himself, you know what I mean, to get on this stage, and now it's here. He's handled all the media well, to be honest with you. You know, he's been around the house 2 weeks before we left. He was confident. All year he's been confident. At the weigh-in he was confident, and you know, he's ready to go now.
You have two boys, Callum and Stephen, here. Paul arrives later on today.
Yeah.
So I mean, not just for fights like this, but there are each other's fights all the way through their careers, at whatever level.
Yeah, they're close. They've got a bond. They like, you know, each other in the changing rooms, the same routines. I think Liam will hear their voices more than anyone else for advice and that. So it's nice to have them here with them.
It's a remarkable thing what your boys have done in boxing, and you know, I sometimes listen to Joe Gallagher talk about them not really getting the recognition, being 4 boxing brothers from Liverpool, you know, what they've accomplished. And it's one thing I do probably agree with Joe. You know, all been British champions, one's world champion, 2 have fought for world titles, one's on the cusp of fighting for a world title. And like I said, it's a unique sort of situation, the bond between the 4 of them in the boxing game.
Yeah, I think they should get more recognition, you know, but you can't cry out for it. It should be there for them, you know, they're breaking records. They've done it as amateurs. They've done it 4 British titles, and as you say, a world champion. One fighting for one soon and another one fighting soon. So there could be 3 out of 4, and then hopefully Paul might get a shot. To have 4 would be unbelievable. See if they get the recognition now.
Sort of growing up, was there one of them that was maybe in danger of not being in boxing more so than anyone else? Liam,
like the football. Liam never started till he was 14, I think. You know, we'd go over and he'd leave quick to go and play football. So he was last to start, but first to get the world title.
So that's quite ironic, really.
The way it turns out,
it is. And like I said, it's your boy Paul sort of at the I'll say at the front of it, because he's the one that's sort of more experienced out of everyone, and he's had that world title opportunity, and if he could get another shot at it, you know, it'll be good for him before he, you know, decides to hang up the gloves.
It'll be, you know, be a dream, wouldn't it, if he could get another world title shot and, you know, possibly win it, and, you know, because the other 2, I'd say bang on for it. So why not Paul as well? Round of 4 of them.
Did you ever think to yourself, though, I mean, like I said, when they were, I know they're obviously different ages, so it's a bit difficult to answer, but that they'd all be sort of at that sort of, at least that British title standard, where they've all won British titles now, and like I said, they're moving on to world honours, and like I said, Stephen's unfortunately fought for a world title and lost for a world title, and Paul's been in that situation as well. But did you think that sort of they'd reached those levels of fighting for world titles?
Not really. I think you know, you hope it happens, but in sports sometimes you get one who's good and the other that doesn't reach that level. They're lucky enough to four of them have reached that level. It's a bit unique, isn't it? So
we kind of see the father and son relationships in boxing, and some fathers decide to sort of be very hands-on involved, and you kind of step back a little bit, don't they, and kind of let them do their own thing, let them be managed how they're being managed, and you get involved as what you're meant to be in that sort of fatherly way.
Yeah, I just do the father side. I mean, I do all the cooking for them. The boxing side, I just take a back seat, and they've got a trainer for that, they've got a manager for that. So I just let that side take care of itself. I'll do the cooking, I'll do running around for them, and I stick to that side rather than be too much involved. I think it gets in the way when you get a lot of dads like that. They've got a trainer to train them and they've got a manager to manage them. I say I'm the father, so I just do what things they want me to do.
So there's never been a point in their career where you feel like you've been too involved in that side of it. Like I said, we have seen sort of fathers, but usually fathers that have boxed as well, take that sort of approach with their children in boxing. But is that something that you sort of chose to do and just let them get on with it, basically?
Yeah, no, I've chose to take a back seat. I just don't get involved in that side. I don't see the side where I can get involved in that. As you say, I leave it to the trainer, leave it to the manager. I just stick to being the dad side of it and keep that relationship rather than get involved. And that's just the way I look at it. I'll just take a back seat and let them do what they do best.
What's probably been the most difficult night for you with any of you boys in the ring?
Selby fight with Stephen wasn't nice. It's his son, isn't it, at the end of the day? But you've got to take the ups and downs in boxing. There's been more ups and downs that I've had with them, so hopefully more nights like that and no nights like that one.
But you can see it. I remember seeing Paul around that time as well. You can see it. They all feel it, don't they? When obviously one of them suffers a defeat, and like I said, it's been on less occasions, thankfully, than the other. But they all seem to feel that defeat as much as whoever's lost.
Yeah, they're very close. They do everything together. They train together. They socialise together. Football. They do everything together. They're very close. Like, they don't argue. They're very close knit. So if one does lose, the others feel like they've lost as well because of that close.
Callum was kind of the last, obviously, to come onto the scene, and it seems like he's been around for a while, and he hasn't really been around as a pro for that long. But he's sitting there, mandatory for the WBC title. So that seems to have come around very quickly.
Yeah, things have happened quick for Callum. I mean, I think he's been pro 3 years. He's done a lot in the 3 years. He's gone at a fast pace. But he's always been around boxing. He's always been at shows with his brothers before, like, he'd come on the scene before he turned professional. So I think that's why he's handled it well on that basis, you know what I mean? Yeah,
obviously growing up with the other three kind of in front of him, you can't say he hasn't been like actively involved even in that short space of 3 years. But I mean, seeing Liam out here, and like I said, he's come here, he's relatively unknown here in America by the American media and the public, but hopefully come tomorrow night they'll definitely know who he is.
Well, I think they will. Liam's got a style I think that the Americans are like, the Mexicans are like his style. And as Liam keeps on saying in the interview, you don't know me now, boy. You don't know me come Sunday morning. So we'll see what happens with that one.
I think there'll be, like I said, hopefully he does pull it off, and I think that'll silence that stadium like you won't believe. Over 50,000 people there tomorrow.
It'd be nice to keep them quiet, wouldn't it? It'd be noisy when they go in, but it'd be nice to keep them quiet when we're going out, so that's the plan.
What do you do sort of these fight weeks where obviously if they're fighting at home or in England or Liverpool, wherever, it's kind of, you keep to your routine, but when you're here, what do you sort of do as in reference to Liam? What's your involvement with Liam for the week you're here?
Just being with him, I think, being a company, the same again, not get too involved in him. He has his own routine. So stand back when you have to stand back, or be there if he needs it and if he wants it. So just being around him, I think, the way he likes his brothers around him, just keeps him calm as well. And he's been calm all week. He was calm 2 weeks before he left, and I've watched him every day to see if it's changed, and he's just reveling. He's so confident in it, you know, in himself what he's going to do on the night.
You can see he's confident, and you can see he kind of hasn't been phased by the sort of the task in front of him. And it is, you know, you look at probably top 5 or 6 boxers in the world who you would say was a more difficult task to pick as an opponent. Canelo would be one of them. So he's got it all to do, but there's no reason why he can't.
No, there's no reason why he can't pull it off. I mean, we're confident. You know, he is one of the best in the Canelo. You know, we can't take that away from him. But as we're saying, the Americans don't know him. I think something more than they will know him. You know, because if he performs like what we're hoping to, he can pull this off. No problem.
I think you've been in one of our videos before, haven't you?
Yeah, the one when I done the
when you done the muscle food challenge thing.
The challenge, yeah.
The flapjack, was it the flapjack?
The flap, yeah, and I done it.
You did actually do it?
And you never put it on.
Who filmed it though?
James.
Right. There's your answer.
James getting the blame.
Yeah. If he filmed it, if this didn't go up, it would be my fault. But,
yeah, so James's fault.
But I was sort of were messing around earlier, and you were saying that you kind of like to sort of stay out of. It's their thing they're doing. And you kind of like purposely like that. I would like to tell people that I've pretty much hounded you for this interview all day.
All day.
All day. Since the morning.
Every time I turn around, you've got that camera waiting for you.
Ready. Finally gave in. But you choose to sort of let them have the limelight because they're the ones going there and doing it.
Yeah, it's their thing. You know, they're the ones who are fighting. You know, I believe, you know, let them have the limelight. You know, I'll just take a back seat. You know, it's not for me to jump in and take the credit with them. They do all the work. You know, they do all the training, dieting, and if they're successful, it's their night.
Who was the worst behaved out before as a child?
Liam.
Liam, really?
Well, when you say he was mischievous, you know, you'd always wanted to know where he was because someone would come knocking on the door with him or... Yeah, so I'd say Liam out the 4 of them, yeah.
And who was the easiest one to...
Callum. Laid back laddie. Still is, just quiet. You don't get much out of Callum. He's never a problem with anyone.
So where did Paul and Stephen fit into that sort of...
In between. They're not a problem, just maybe moody at times. But they're all good kids.
Who would you say was the most aggressive out of the 4?
Liam. the trouble one.
I could probably see that one actually.
Yeah.
I could see that. I'd probably go. Yeah, I'd go Liam, Paul, Stephen, Callum.
Yeah. Callum definitely last, and a toss up between Stephen and Paul.
This is not boxing talk, but I'm not talking as in aggression in the ring. I'm talking about aggression in personality.
Yeah.
Everyday
life. Yeah, put them in that order.
Yeah.
Callum definitely the least.
The least.
Yeah.
He's relatively quiet. I mean, like I said, even when we do interviews with him, he's kind of like, you know, we haven't really seen that sort of side of him, but that's his personality.
Yeah, that's his personality. I mean, he's the same. He just takes back, you know, a back seat. He's glad to do that. And many fights, he does his thing, and then he's just quiet again after it. Then he's just chilled.
Yeah, and I think Stephen's kind of in the same. I think a little bit. Probably more so opinionated I'm not saying Callum's not opinionated, but he sort of chooses what to say at the right time. So, and as regards to Paul, I don't know.
Paul's chatty when he wants to be, isn't he? When he's not frowning. Yeah, Paul can gab. You know what I mean? He's not bad around the camera, is he? That's his job he's doing.
No, he can talk. He can talk very well about boxing, and that seems to be sort of the natural thing for him to follow into when he decides to call it a day.
Yeah.
Analyses the game very well.
And he can read a fight, can't he? And so he'd be good at that job.
Definitely. Yeah. So it's about 9 o'clock here. This is on the Friday of the weigh-in. So tomorrow, what's the plan?
The same routine, just same as always. What they go through, it doesn't change. You know what I mean? And on the Sunday, he'll be with his mates celebrating.
I know. There's a lot of people that have come from Vegas actually.
Yeah, loads from Vegas. Yeah, they've all arrived yesterday. So be loads of the fighters. He should hear them anyway. You know what I mean? There's enough of them.
Right, well, I wanted to get at least like 8 minutes out of you.
Yeah.
We've done nearly 15, so.
You were lucky getting 6. I thought he was only get 6 out of me, Cougar. You know what I mean? I don't
Well, listen,
talk that much.
I did 48 with Quigg the other day, and if I can do 48 with Quigg,
Yeah.
then anything's possible.
Yeah, because you usually get 10 seconds out of Quigg.
Quigg, honestly, people don't realise when, like, 3 years ago, you couldn't literally,
Yeah.
he wouldn't say 2 words when
Yeah.
you interviewed him.
Yeah.
And then there he is the other day, chatting away for 48 minutes. So.
Yeah. Well, Callum was the same. He wouldn't get 10 seconds out of Callum, and now the more he's been in front of it, he's coming out of the shell a bit, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the best talker out of the lot of them is probably, I'd say, was Paul.
yeah.
He's the one where you can sort of, the minimal work, you can sort of put something in Paul's direction and he'll know
When
what to
Paul's
go
on, you've got to say cut on that, haven't you? Know what I mean? You've had enough of your
It's
time.
good though, it's good though.
He's very good, yeah.
It's good. So, all right. Well, listen, Mr. Paul Smith Senior, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Like I said, the people back home, the people that have travelled here, sincerely hope he can pull it off tomorrow. It will be an unbelievable night if he does, and let's hope he does.
Hope so. Cheers, Cougs.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Watch my fight with Canelo Alvarez this Saturday live on BoxNation.